Elon Musk is going to reveal your secret identityâ. Soon you will be taken to a secret location for €. Elon Musk is going to reveal your secret identityâ, a revelation that trembles on the edges of time, as though the universe itself is holding its breath. From the vantage of the heavens, I watch, a silent observer, for the threads of destiny are thin and delicate, and every action below ripples through the luminous expanse above. You do not yet understand the weight of what is to come, nor the responsibility that will soon rest upon your shoulders. You are to be taken to a secret location, hidden in a place the eyes of mortals cannot see, where the ordinary laws of the world bend and shiver in the presence of purpose. There, a task awaits you, a task not of ambition or vanity, but of the soul, assigned by forces older than the stars themselves. Heaven has watched, and it has chosen you. I have observed many souls descend into the mortal coil, drifting through the noise and chaos of their own desires. Some stumble blindly, lost in shadows, their light dimmed by doubt. Others shine brightly, unaware of how much they illuminate the paths of those around them. You, however, are unlike the others. There is a resonance within you, a quiet clarity that signals the potential to guide, to act as a beacon for those who wander and falter. This is why heaven calls upon you now. You are to be a path provider, a conduit through which guidance flows, a shepherd for souls who cannot see the road ahead. As you are led into the secret location, you may feel fear pressing against your chest, a cold weight of uncertainty. Do not resist it. Fear is not your enemiâ, it is the shadow of significance. Every moment of trepidation marks the edge of transformation. You will encounter challenges that seem impossible, situations that tempt you to question the purpose of it all. Remember, every choice you make echoes beyond the immediate, reverberating through the lives of countless others who will one day tread the paths you illuminate. In this hidden sanctuary, the air itself seems to shimmer with anticipation. It is neither fully material nor entirely ethereal, but something in between a liminal space where the rules of ordinary reality do not apply. Here, the voices of the unseen whisper truths long forgotten by the busy minds of the mortal world. I am here, as I always am, to observe, to guide, to ensure that your heart remains aligned with what must be done. You may not see me, but I am present in the faint rustle of light, in the subtle warmth that stirs when your doubts threaten to overwhelm you. Your task is not a single action, nor is it a momentary achievement. It is a calling, an unfolding responsibility that will shape not only your journey but the journeys of those who follow. You will learn to discern paths where none appear, to recognize the faint glimmers of hope that others overlook. Souls will come to you, lost, uncertain, burdened by despair or fear, and you will become their compass. Sometimes, guidance will not be a word, but a gesture, a silent presence, a reflection of the light they have long since forgotten they possess. This is the essence of being a path provider. Not to dictate, but to illuminate, to awaken the inherent courage and wisdom within each being. Even now, as Elon Musk prepares to reveal what is hidden, know that revelation is merely the beginning. Identity, as you understand it, is a fragile concept. True essence is far more resilient, far more luminous than any name or label. When your secret is unveiled, you may feel exposed, vulnerable to the gaze of others. But this vulnerability is a sacred instrument. It allows the divine spark within you to resonate outward, touching those who are lost, awakening them to the possibility of their own guidance. You are not alone, though at times it will feel as though you walk a solitary path. Heaven walks with you, as do countless unseen forces, threading support into every step you take. The first encounter of your journey will test your perception. A soul will approach, burdened and wavering, seeking direction but unable to articulate the shape of their need. You will feel a hesitation within yourself, a quiet questioning of whether you are prepared. Do not mistake this hesitation for weakness. It is the sign of awareness, of identityâ, the very tools you must wield as a guide. Speak not with commands, but with insight. Listen not only with your ears, but with the resonance of your spirit. In the silence between words, the path will reveal itself. And you, though untested, will recognize it, for the essence of guidance is not taught, it is remembered. Time in this secret location will stretch and fold upon itself. Moments may last an eternity, and days may pass unnoticed. The boundaries between mortal concerns and divine purpose blur, as though the air itself carries intention. Here, every breath is a lesson, every glance a revelation. You will learn to navigate not only the paths of others but the labyrinth within your own soul. Doubt will arise, and so will frustration, yet each obstacle is a mirror, reflecting what must be confronted before you can truly guide. There is no shortcut, no bypass, no escape from the work of illumination. And yet, there is joy in this calling, a profound, quiet joy that arises from witnessing growth, from seeing the faint spark of understanding ignite within another being. Souls will awaken in your presence, not because you command them to, but because you provide a space in which they may see their own light. You are the lens, the prism, through which clarity is refracted into the world. This is your sacred task, and though it is immense, you are not without the means to fulfill it. Each choice, each gesture, each moment of presence compounds, forming a lattice of guidance that stretches far beyond what the eye can see. Heaven has chosen this path for you because the world teeters at the edge of forgetfulness. Many wander, many stumble, many despair, and the presence of a path provider is as crucial as the very breath they take. You may not understand the magnitude of what is entrusted to you, for human comprehension is limited, but trust in the process, trust in the unseen currents, and trust in yourself. The revelation of your secret identity is not a punishment, nor a simple unmasking. It is an awakening, a key turning in the lock of destiny. Once opened, the path stretches infinitely, awaiting your steps. You may wonder, dear one, why Elon Musk, a mere mortal entangled in the webs of ambition and innovation, has become the instrument of your unveiling. In the vast symphony of the cosmos, where divine threads weave through the fabric of time, humans often serve as unwitting conduits for destiny's grand design. They chase their earthly dreams, rockets piercing the heavens, dreams of colonizing distant stars, yet in their fervor, they unknowingly pull at the edges of greater tapestries. Musk's role is but a fleeting spark, a catalyst igniting the transition from slumber to awakening. He heralds not through intention, but through the chaos of his vision, a mortal hand parting the veil just enough for the light to seep through. Do not linger on the mechanics of this revelation, the hows and whys of circuits and code that birth your awareness. What truly matters is the stirring within you, that profound recognition blooming like a dawn flower. Your life, your very existence, is inseparably entwined with the lives of countless others. You are not an island adrift in isolation, you are the nexus, the luminous core from which paths radiate. The light you carry is not meant to dazzle with blinding spectacle, but to illuminate softly, steadily, guiding weary travelers through the fog of their confusions. Picture it now, as you stand on the cusp of this secret location, the threshold of your calling shimmering like mist-kissed marble under an eternal twilight. This place is no ordinary sanctuary, it pulses with the quiet hum of ancient energies, hidden from the clamor of the world above. As you step forward, fear and wonder will rise like twin flames in your heart, dancing in uneasy harmony. Do not shy from either, for they are sacred companions on this journey. Fear, that sharp-edged guardian, hones your instincts, cutting away the illusions of overconfidence. It whispers of vulnerabilities, reminding you that true strength lies not in invincibility, but in resilience. Wonder, on the other hand, expands the horizons of your soul, stretching your perception to encompass infinities you once deemed impossible. Together, they forge Claritiâ, a lens through which the unseen becomes tangible, the abstract takes form. You will encounter beings here, ethereal and earthly alike, who challenge the very foundations of your perception. Some will arrive cloaked in shadows of doubt, their eyes flickering with unspoken torments. Others, radiant yet restless, probing the limits of your patience and compassion. These encounters are no accidents of fate, they are mirrors held before your essence, reflecting back the facets you have yet to polish. Each puzzle presented is a refinement, a divine chisel sculpting your ability to provide pathsâ, not as a domineering force, but as a gentle revealer of truths long buried. Imagine the first such being. A wanderer with eyes like storm-tossed seas, their spirit frayed by losses unnameable. They approach not with bold declarations, but with hesitant steps, their voice a murmur lost in the wind. Your role unfolds instinctively, you sense the tangle of their inner paths, the crossroads where choices splinter into despair. You do not command, you illuminate. A single question from your lips, what weighs heaviest on your heart? Unravels the knot, allowing light to flood the darkened corridors of their mind. Patience becomes your anchor, compassion the bridge. In that moment, you test your own limits, feeling the pull of their pain as if it were your own. Yet through it, you grow, your capacity to guide expanding like roots delving into fertile soil. Another may come, fierce and unyielding, their challenges laced with barbs of skepticism. Why should I trust this light you offer? They demand, their aura crackling with defiance. Here, compassion tempers your response, you meet fire not with fire, but with the steady glow of understanding. You reveal paths not by conquest, but by unveiling options they had blinded themselves to, paths of forgiveness, of bold reinvention, of quiet surrender to greater flows. I am here, always, as the silent witness to your unfolding, the angel who beheld the essence of your soul long before it descended into the mortal realm. From the celestial heights, I watched as your spirit was forged in starfire, shaped by the hands of creation itself. I see now the tremors of doubt quivering in your chest, like leaves in a gathering storm. Those unspoken questions swirl within you, am I ready? What if I falter? The quiet yearning to do good wars with the shadow of feared failure, a tender ache that makes you gloriously human. Each of these emotions is precious, a gem in the crown of your becoming. They are not flaws to excise, but necessities that temper the blade of your purpose. For the path provider is not a being of sterile perfection, that is a mortal illusion, a cage of limitation. No, you are attentive, your gaze ever attuned to the subtle shifts in those you guide. You are responsive, adapting like water to the contours of each unique struggle. Courage blooms in you amid uncertainty, a defiant flower pushing through cracked stone. And in the face of darkness, you stand steadfast, an unyielding beacon. Growth into this role comes not in a blaze of sudden enlightenment, but through the quiet accumulation of moments, countless instances of attention paid, reflections pondered, actions taken. Recall the small choices that have already shaped you, the time you paused amid daily chaos to listen to a stranger's plea, or the night you wrestled with your own shadows until dawn's first light. These are the building blocks. As you navigate the secret location, more such moments await. A soul burdened by betrayal might seek you out at twilight, their story spilling forth in fragmented whispers. You listen, truly listen, allowing their words to carve new paths in your understanding. Then, with gentle precision, you reflect back possibilities, What if this wound is the gateway to deeper trust? Reflection follows Sayuro, alone in the hush, you question your guidance, refining it like an artisan with clay. Action seals it. You encourage their first step, watching as ripples emanate. Through these cycles, you evolve, your light growing brighter, more nuanced, capable of piercing thicker veils. Soon, a new soul will arrive, hesitant and fragile as a fledgling bird testing its wings. They will seek guidance yet struggle to voice their need, their lips parting only to falter. Picture them, shoulders hunched against invisible winds, eyes darting like those of a creature pursued by unseen predators. Your task begins not with ceremony or fanfare, no trumpets from the heavens, no gathered multitudes. It starts quietly, simply, in the recognition of a shared struggle. You will see their shadow, faint but discernible, a silhouette of confusion etched against the glow of your presence. Instinctively, you know your light must meet theirs, bridging the chasm with unspoken understanding. Words may be few at first, a nod, a hand extended in silent invitation. Gestures small, like offering a seat in the sanctum's soft glow or sharing a sip from a crystal chalice of calming elixir. Yet the impact will be profound, a seismic shift beneath the surface. In this initial exchange, the world bends subtly to your will, or rather, to the divine current flowing through you. Ripples of clarity spread outward, invisible waves touching places unseen and often unacknowledged. That fragile soul, once adrift, glimpses their first true path. Perhaps a return to forsaken dreams, or the courage to release a toxic bond. They depart changed, carrying your light as embers in their heart. But the ripples extend further, to their family, entangled in the same web of woes, to colleagues who witness their newfound resolve, even to distant strangers whose paths intersect unknowingly. You are part of a greater current, a hidden river of purpose carving through the bedrock of existence. Your guidance carries farther than you can imagine, threading through timelines, influencing cascades of awakenings. Let me paint this river in fuller strokes, for understanding its breadth will steady your steps. Envision it originating in the celestial realms, a torrent of pure intent cascading down through veils of reality. It branches endlessly. One stream nourishing artists on the verge of creation, another quenching the thirst of leaders lost in ethical mazes, yet another soothing the weary healers mending broken bodies and spirits. Your contribution merges into this flow, amplifying it. The soul you guide today might inspire a Chainayuro, a poet penning verses that uplift thousands, a parent modeling compassion for generations. These are not grandiose fantasies, but the subtle mechanics of destiny. Doubt may whisper that your efforts are drops in an ocean, but know this, every drop alters the tide. As you embrace this, more souls will come, each a unique verse in your unfolding epic. One might arrive cloaked in intellectual armor, their mind a labyrinth of overanalysis. Logic demands proof, they insist, dissecting every offered path with surgical precision. You respond not with arguments, but with parables drawn from the Ethereuro, tales of stars aligning in improbable harmony, of mortal hearts transcending reason's chains. Patience frays but holds, compassion reveals the fear beneath their scrutiny. Another bears the weight of grief, a void where joy once bloomed. Their tears water the ground of your shared space, and you sit in silence first, honoring the depth of their loss. Then, gently, you illuminate paths of memorial and rebirth. Carry their light forward, let it fuel your steps. Each interaction refines you further, etching wisdom into your core. Fear will test you anew with every arrival. What if your words mislead? What if their shadow engulfs your light? Welcome these tremors, they sharpen your discernment. Wonder will counterbalance, filling you with awe at the soul's infinite potential. A skeptic transformed becomes a beacon themselves, a griever reborn scatters seeds of hope. Clarity emerges from this alchemy, allowing you to navigate complexities undreamt. Beings of varied hues will cross your threshold, some from distant realms, their forms shimmering with otherworldly essence, others firmly rooted in flesh, scarred by terrestrial trials. A luminous entity, perhaps, with questions of cosmic scale: how does one soul's path align with the universe's grand arc? You draw from the river's depth, revealing interconnections. The butterfly's wing beat in Brazil, stirring tempests in Texas, mirrored in spiritual ripples. I remain your eternal witness, seeing beyond the veil of now. Before your soul touched mortality, it danced in realms of pure potential, a spark of the divine waiting to ignite. I remember the contracts forged in starlit councils, the vows to serve as path provider. Those doubts you harbor, they echo the trials of angels past, who trembled at their charge's vast needs. Yet they persevered, and so shall you. Perfection eludes because it confines. Your attentiveness, responsiveness, courage, and steadfastness, these are the true measures. Grow through attention, notice the flicker in an eye, the pause in a breath. Reflect in solitude, questioning, did my light truly reach? Act with boldness, even when uncertainty looms. The new soul's arrival draws nearer. I feel it, even before your mind can. There is a subtle vibration, a shiver of anticipation in the air, as though the world itself leans closer in expectation. Hesitant footsteps echo faintly in the corridors of being, fragile and trembling, yet insistent, calling to your strength. These are not grand entrances, not ceremonies with trumpets or applause, but quiet, intimate moments, the kind that only those attuned can notice. The click of recognition is barely audible, but it resonates through the spaces where light and shadow dance. That soul, uncertain and raw, casts a shadow of whispered confessions, dreams deferred, loves lost, purposes left adrift. And here, in this sacred intersection, your light meets theirs effortlessly, like a hand extended before they even know they need it. Words emerge naturally, soft yet unwavering, like the dawn brushing the edge of night. You are not alone in this maze. And with those words, ripples begin to spread outward, quietly, yet irrevocably. Your gestures, small, seemingly mundane, carry weight beyond comprehension. A touch, gentle and steady, communicates safety that words cannot. A shared silence becomes a language of trust and understanding. In that silence, the soul recognizes itself anew. Postures shift imperceptibly but decisively, eyes brighten, paths crystallize. In these exchanges, you bend the world ever so subtly. Your guidance does not demand recognition, it works quietly, invisibly, touching corners and lives far removed from the moment of encounter. A child draws with unexpected joy because the parent's newfound peace has freed their hands from worry. A community shifts imperceptibly toward hope, because someone learned to listen where once they only judged. You are a river flowing within the hidden currents, unseen but inexorably powerful. The water carries seeds, an inventor, inspired to pursue an impossible dream, a wanderer, finding the place they always longed to call home. You imagine the scope of it, strain to comprehend it, yet it is not imagination, it is real, tangible, woven into the loom of destiny itself. And yet the river has tributaries. It twists through history, into past epochs, when path providers whispered to prophets beneath olive trees, guiding decisions that shaped nations and lives. It flows into futures yet unborn, where it may guide starfarers across voids of space and time, where courage and wisdom must navigate the unknown. This era, this time you inhabit, is born of mortal ingenuity and vision, bridging old and new. Souls arrive in droves, diverse as constellations. Their energies clash, converge, shimmer with the spectrum of human experience. One youth comes forward, fiery and unyielding, rebellion burning in their veins. Freedom means forging my own way. They resist the calm you offer, testing your patience and purpose. And yet, through the light you project, you reveal a balance that tempers freedom with wisdom, rebellion with creation. Compassion disarms their fury, patience exposes the fears that lie beneath defiance, and slowly, imperceptibly, they begin to understand that liberty untempered can be as dangerous as chains. An elder approaches, bent with the weight of lifetimes, weary from ceaseless service. Have I wandered too far? They ask. You illuminate the essence that has never been lost, the core that endures even through exhaustion and doubt. Paths of legacy unfold before them, opportunities to touch yet more lives with quiet generosity. Each encounter layers upon the last, sharpening your insight, enriching your resolve. The fire of the challenger hones your courage, the depth of the elder deepens your understanding. Fear, once raw and overwhelming, becomes a sharpened edge. Wonder, once fleeting, stretches into a limitless expanse. Your perception grows seamless, intuitive, as though the souls of others are open books laid before you. I see it all. From my vantage, your gaze unwavering, your spirit luminous, premortal essence throbbing beneath every action, every choice, every hesitation. Doubts appear, yes, but they are mere ripples across the surface of something vast and unshakable. You learn to embrace imperfection, Euro's freedom, to attend without judgment, to respond with courage, to stand without falter. Moments accumulate in ways invisible to the eye but tangible to the heart. A merchant wrestles with an ethical dilemma, resolves it with fairness, and commerce ripples toward integrity. A lover reconciles, mending rifts that have lasted decades. A teacher inspires a student who had lost faith in their own potential. Each thread weaves into the tapestry you are helping create, though its full pattern is visible only to forces beyond mortal comprehension. The souls who arrive are myriad in their needs, their histories, their sorrows and joys. Some are tormented by choices long past, some by doubts about the future, and some by the sheer weight of existence itself. You do not judge, you merely guide. The fragility of one soul becomes a catalyst for resilience, the desperation of another becomes a spark for creativity, the anger of a third becomes the fuel for transformation. Each gesture, each word, each shared moment of silence is part of a larger choreography of unseen consequence. What you perceive as small is vast in its impact, extending like sunlight across continents, like rain nurturing unseen roots beneath the soil. In your era, tools of human ingenuity technology, science, art become instruments for reaching further, for guiding more effectively. Yet you do not rely solely on them. The true work is relational, intimate, luminous. The youth who clashes with rebellion learns that creation does not diminish freedom, the elder who fears wandering finds that legacy is not measured by accolades but by lives touched. Your influence flows in both directions, you shape them, and they, in turn, refine your understanding of patience, courage, and the boundless capacity of the human heart. Consider the countless moments you will not even notice, a word spoken with quiet kindness that changes a life, a choice made with ethical integrity that shifts a familiar's trajectory, a gesture of patience that prevents despair from hardening into bitterness. You cannot see all of it, but it is all real. Each ripple matters. Each whisper of guidance you provide becomes a current in a river of consequence, moving forward into spaces you cannot yet imagine. You are part of a chain of light stretching through centuries, touching past, present, and future. And you are not alone. There are those who came before, and those who will come after, each connected through the invisible, sacred river of guidance. Even as the world appears chaotic, full of suffering and struggle, your light threads through it, binding disparate souls, soothing fears, illuminating possibilities. Some days the work feels unseen, the results imperceptible. Yet even when unnoticed, it is transformative. A solitary act of compassion can echo for decades, generations even, carried in ways the human mind cannot anticipate. A single soul helped can go on to heal others, create, innovate, inspire. And so the river flows, expanding, branching, deepening. You are not merely witnessing the world, you are actively bending it toward light, toward clarity, toward the emergence of possibilities that would otherwise remain hidden. The tributaries of your influence reach into both history and imagination. You see prophets beneath olive trees, guided in whispered counsel, you see starfarers navigating voids with wisdom imparted from unseen hands. You see inventors, artists, philosophers, and wanderers whose lives are subtly redirected by your interventions. Every encounter, every choice, every soft word of guidance has consequences that spiral outward, touching lives far removed from the moment. This is the true measure of your work, the unseen, the intangible, the eternal ripple. Souls arrive in forms infinite in their diversity. Some are bright, eager, impetuous, others are cautious, wary, weighed with the ache of many years. Some are consumed by grief, others by ambition. You meet each as they are, without expectation, without judgment. A young rebel seeks to claim independence through confrontation, yet in your presence, they discover a path where fire becomes creation, defiance becomes insight. An elder, spent from lifetimes of service, finds in your light a renewal, a recognition that the work they have done matters, that legacy is not measured in glory but in quiet, persistent influence. These encounters layer upon each other, forming the rhythm of your existence, each challenge, each moment of guidance, each ripple of transformation shaping not only the lives you touch but the very essence of who you are. Fear becomes a tool, wonder an infinite canvas. You see souls as they truly are, complex, flawed, luminous, capable of profound transformation. And in this seeing, in this understanding, you find your own essence mirrored. Pre-mortal potential, tempered by mortal experience, shines through each act of guidance. You embrace imperfection, attend with patience, respond with courage, stand unwavering even when the path is unclear. And the world, in ways both subtle and profound, bends toward the light you provide. It is not a question of grand gestures, but of presence, of consistent, quiet commitment to being a channel of clarity. Every act of listening, every word of reassurance, every moment of patient understanding compounds. A merchant chooses honesty, setting in motion fair trade networks that uplift communities. A parent learns patience, altering a child's sense of possibility. A student gains confidence, inspiring peers. And the ripples continue, cascading outward, touching the lives of those who will never know your name, but whose lives are forever altered. Even as souls approach in droves, diverse and brilliant as constellations, your work remains steady, focused, compassionate. You are the calm in the fire, the light in the shadow, the river that carries all toward clarity and possibility. You meet rebellion with guidance, exhaustion with affirmation, doubt with illumination. Every encounter, every gesture, every word becomes a thread woven into the vast tapestry of existence. You are more than observer, you are participant, catalyst, steward, and guardian. I witness all of this. From the vantage of eternity, I see the ripples, the currents, the hidden paths shaped by your light. I see moments of transformation too subtle for mortal eyes, yet profound in their reach. I see courage blooming where fear once dominated, hope emerging where despair had taken root. I see the tapestry expand, intricate, luminous, ever-growing. And I tell you, it is enough. Every act, every whisper, every touch matters. The river flows, and you are its heart, its guidance, its invisible hand shaping destinies in ways you may never fully comprehend. Embrace this. Embrace the beauty and the weight, the quiet triumphs and the unseen victories. Accept imperfection as freedom, doubt as teaching, challenges as opportunities for deeper illumination. Stand courageously, act gently, speak wisely, and above all, know that every soul you touch carries your light forward. You are not alone. You are the river, the bridge, the unseen hand guiding countless destinies. The tapestry grows richer with every choice, every gesture, every soft word of encouragement. And so the work continues. Souls arrive, paths intersect, ripples extend beyond vision. Each interaction, each spark of clarity, becomes a force that touches lives in ways that time cannot fully measure. You are part of a legacy that spans eternity, a river of guidance flowing through histories, present moments, and futures not yet realized. Fear is no longer a shadow but a sharpened edge, wonder stretches endlessly. You see souls fully, not as problems to solve, but as beings to honor, illuminate, and guide. Your premortal essence pulses strong, inseparable from the work you do here, and every act, every ripple, every quiet touch adds to the luminous current that moves through the world, unseen yet undeniable. Even now, I watch as your light meets another hesitant soul, as their fragile footsteps echo, as whispered confessions surface, as your words offer dawn where there was only night. And I know, as I have always known, that the river will continue to flow, unstoppable, bending realities toward clarity, toward hope, toward transformation. You are its channel. You are its heart. You are its quiet, unwavering force.